the great drama of all time, Sola Matthew, who started off with the CBSI and still strong with the CBSI, is 83 today. Happy birthday to you, Ata, and live long and stay so strong. And stay with us so we can learn a lot more from you. Happy birthday to you. Also, happy birthday to Onyame Akwa Kwaminti from his daughter, Mami, of Sales Department here at TV3. Wishing you a long life and prosperity. Also, this one is from happy birthday, Safo Mallet. On this occasion of your birthday, we wish you good health and lots of love from all the guys here at Media Rich OMD Ghana and here also at Media General. We love you and we cherish you. If it's your birthday as well, happy birthday to you. I am sure you know that the Lands Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources have been up with some new innovations beginning tomorrow. They want to be able to make your lives easier when you go in search of your land titles and you want to be sure if this land belongs to you or not, whether what is being sold to you is genuine or not. I've been joined in studio by Dr. Benjamin Quays, the head of special projects at the Lands Commission. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning.
How's the Lands Commission doing?
We are doing our best to transform it to offer effective land service delivery to the populace. You
want to digitize. Why do you want to do that? Are you not comfortable with your present processes?
I say our current processes, or previously how we process land transactions, was mainly manual.
Okay.
And that brought about a lot of delays and issues in the land administration system. So the objective of the digitization is to ensure that we bring on board all the manual records into a digital environment, and by click of button of your computer, you can get the necessary information for effective decision making to be made, so that at the end of the day, these issues about delays, conflicting transactions will ease. In the
Let's look at the key objectives. I know that you have put them into divisions. We'll come to that. But let's look at the overarching objective of what you want to do. First of all, have you given it a name? And then what are the objectives?
Yeah, but I would say, in terms of name, that would not matter much, but the objective is to modernize the land administration system of the country.
Okay.
Yeah, so the objective is to, first of all, make sure our processes are digital. We rely on digital data to achieve our purpose. We want to improve the tenant security of the populace. So you buy a piece of land, you know you are assured. As I always say, buying a piece of land is not like buying a chattel or a car or a TV set where you carry it to your home. You buy it, you leave it in the bush, and you come home. So you should make sure you have the necessary security that nobody is going to take it from you. And these processes of digitization and modernization and transformation of the land administration system is to achieve that for the country and ensure that we can attract foreign direct investments. People can come in to invest into the country and know that their property are safe. So these are some of the things we want to do in achieving the economic development of the country as espoused by the government.
Let's talk about the divisions that you have created now, which will be an actualization of your digital agenda. Let's talk about the divisions. 3 divisions, as I know, public and vested land.
Okay, basically we have 4 divisions.
4 divisions, actually. Okay.
They were previously independent agencies, and in 2008 they were brought together under the Lands Commission Act, Act 767.
Right.
And we have the public and vested land management division of the Lands Commission, which basically in charge of management of state-acquired lands. They acquire lands on behalf of the state and manage it on behalf of the president. We have the Land Valuation Division of the Lands Commission in charge of valuation of properties, especially for government agencies, in charge of compensation valuation, where the government acquires land compulsorily, they go ahead and value it. They are in charge of rating property rates, where the assemblies, they provide the property values for the assemblies to apply the rating post for property rate for the public. We have the Survey and Mapping Division of the Lands Commission, which is in charge of surveying. If you want a piece of land, we take a surveyor to a ground. He measures the land, and you have to bring it to the Survey and Mapping Division for them to approve of it before you can put it an indenture and say, I mean, you are in the process of acquiring the land. And then we have the Land Registration Division, which is basically in charge of registration of lands. We have 2 systems of registration in the country, title registration and deed registration. Title covers the whole of Greater Accra and parts of Kumasi, and deeds is for throughout the country. So that division is in charge of ensuring that all land transactions are appropriately registered into the in the land register.
I'm reading something that the minister is quoted to have said. It says we're taking far-reaching measures when it comes to land administration in the country. For instance, since 1974, Ghana has not had spatial marking. We do not even have the contours of landed properties in our country. So the Lands Commission itself does not have records of various lands across the country. The implication of this are enormous. Why did we sit for so long before we started taking these steps? I'm curious.
I must say that is the truth. The truth is that since 1974, we have not had any comprehensive mapping across the country.
Why?
Yes, I think I would say one can be finance. One can be a finance issue. But I might say during the period there have been pockets of mapping in various areas. And the land administration project phase 1 and 2, there have been pockets of mappings. So the idea now is to move it forward to ensure that we map the entire country to have up-to-date data, which can be used for other purposes apart from land administration. Engineers need it, people in the environmental area need it for the economic development of the country. Right. So the objective of the current government is to ensure that we map the entire country, provide the necessary digital database that can be shared by all agencies, and also improve the land administration system. In addition to that, we are doing what we call the GIN, or the core stations, which is more or less to improve the surveying aspect. Currently, what we do is is manual. So we want to use a digital environment that's such that it would enhance the accuracy of surveys that is done, and limit the issues of litigations that are happening. And another aspect is the establishment of the National Spatial Data Infrastructure. That is a system to be placed that the data that is available, once it is provided, can be used by all agencies. Currently, what happens is that Forestry Commission can engage people to go and fly. At the same time, Lands Commission is flying. At the same time, the assemblies are flying, which dissipates the scarce natural resources. So the idea of the NED is to provide that data once, and then everybody can have access to it and reduce the cost of providing those things. There are other interventions that are being put in place under the private sector initiative to ensure that we enhance and improve.
What are these interventions?
For example, we want to digitally transform the Lands Commission. As I said earlier on, even though currently we are doing some interventions, the full objective is to ensure that we fully digitally transform the Lands Commission by ensuring that we establish a comprehensive nationwide land information system with digital data, digital processes. We also want to do what we call systematic recording and titling of lands across the country. That will reduce the issues about litigations and conflicting transactions that we see in our records.
And that's a big issue for most people, because a young person works for some time, gets some money, wants to acquire a piece of land, and then only to come to your offices to realize that the land has been sold to 3, 4, 5, 6 people at a go, same plot of land. How would this cure that mischief?
So the idea is that maybe you take an area, let's say at the Baraka area. So systematically, we go plot by plot, picking necessary information that is available on those parcels of land, compare it with what is in our records, so have a comprehensive view of what is there, and then a decision can then be taken on what has to be done.
Right.
But now, the way it is now, everything is fragmented, such that you can't take that holistic information. So the systematic approach of title registration, which was provided for by the Land Title Registration Law, which has been
amended.
Amended and adopted by the Land Act, provides a systematic approach to land registration, such that if you go an area, you go systematically, resolve all issues, and you know you have cleared all issues. That is the essence of the systematic approach. And also, we want to digitalize the Lands Commission. Not just physical digitalization, but digital digitalization.
So you don't have to come all the way to cantonments?
Cantonments, yes. So in addition to moving everything to the regions and also some districts, capitals and things like that, we are also introducing online services, such that you can sit in the comfort of your home and transact business with the Lands Commission. So you don't need to come physically to any particular office, but you sit in your home, make your lodgement of a search, for example, and then the results will be returned to you.
They'll be given to you in your home? On your machine, laptop, or phone?
We have started.
It sounds too good to be true. Because, I mean, the stress of going to the Lands Commission office itself, you go to one office, they pick a document, they ask you to take it to another place. Sometimes they ask a young clerk to help you with it and all of that. You are saying that will be a thing of the past.
Yes, I will say it has started. For example, if you come now to the Lands Commission Office at Cantonment, for example, we have what you call the Client Service Access Unit. That is the front of the office. You don't need to go to any of the divisions to transact business. You go to the Client Service Access Unit. Your application will be received there digitally and sent to the back. And then the issue about moving one division to the other is addressed at the back.
Everything at the back end for you.
Yes, that is what has been. So the front has been organized. And we have now introduced an online service. Our LC portal is active, and some selected services are available for the clients. But the idea of the bigger picture intervention is then to move that in, scale it nationwide, and ensure that everything at the front and even at the back, the way the divisions work among each other, is also digitized to enhance service delivery for the public.
The question of, I buy a plot of land only for me to be told later that, oh, this is government land. It's supposed to be land for the agric ministry. It was earmarked for irrigation, whatever it is. Will this solve that problem? So that if somebody sells me a plot of land, I know that I'm not on the wrong side, even though I may have invested money, built, I'm living there, only for you to come and mark and say, oh no, this one there, it's government.
To some extent, it will, because what we are even introducing, the issue about this consolidated search, I believe 2 days ago, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources organized a press conference.
That's right, on Tuesday.
Yeah, the Acting Secretary pronounced that from tomorrow, they are going to introduce what we call consolidated search. This will resolve the issue that you just mentioned. Because you see, we have 3 divisions that basically hold some form of transaction regarding to ownership or who owns a piece of land. The survey and mapping division, to some extent, because they survey parcels of land, have some indication of who has requested for a survey. We have the land title registration that deals with certificates and land registration, and the public investor land management that will deal with concurrence, consent, and things like that. So they are fragmented. So if somebody wants to sell a piece of land to you, and you decide to go to survey department to make a search, survey to make a search, you're going to get some information which will not reveal that it's state land. You should have gone to a public investor management division to get that information. So from tomorrow, what you're going to do is that if you apply for a search at the Lands Commission, we will provide you all the information on that piece of land from all the 3 divisions.
Synchronized system.
Yes, so you get one information. So if it is government land, you get to know that it's government land, then therefore you become cautious. If it is for somebody else, you go to get that information. So that is the whole objective, to ensure that we improve the due diligence that clients have to do. Because one of the maxim in law is that caveat emptor, buyer beware. So to beware, you need to know the entire information on that piece of land that will inform your decision on what you do.
Doc, again, there's the accusation against your organization and some of your staff that they are complicit in helping to change land title for people, so that I buy a plot of land. I'm not ready to develop now. The land lies fallow for 5, 7, 10 years. And then by the time I'm ready to go and develop it, I come to go and be sure if the land still belongs to me, only to my surprise to know that it's been changed into somebody's name. That allegation has been made by a lot of people. First of all, is it true? And if it is true, how are you curing it?
I must say, the Lands Commission is a human institution. And definitely there will be 1 or 2 misstands or something within the establishment. But the good news is that as and when these issues come up to authorities or the management, decisions are taken. A lot of staff have been dismissed or suspended, or action taken against them when they are found to be culpable. But I must say, that perception of underhandlings at the Lands Commission, must say, it's born out of maybe, should I say, lack of adequate knowledge. But I must say that anytime such an issue comes before management, action is taken.
What kind of inadequate knowledge are you talking about for those who are making these accusations?
Yeah, for example, I gave one instance of this fragmented data because of the nature of the way the records are kept, which is being addressed. Maybe there were instances where people even get yellow card, they submit the application, and it's acknowledged, they get a yellow card, and they go and sleep. They say, I've got title to my land.
They don't follow through.
They don't follow up through. So somebody else may come. And because there's no indication on our records that that parcel of land will be registered for you, it will be registered for that person. Then the person goes back and says, I submitted my thing to Lands Commission, I got a yellow card, and now Lands Commission says the title is for another person. So that is because if he had known that by getting the yellow card, he has to go through the process to get the certificate.
Maybe you have to finally run us through the process, because then I'm getting interested. So I see Dr. Akwe. He says, I have a piece of land. That's okay, I'm interested. Then we start the process. do I pay all the money to you immediately?
I will not advise somebody to do that. First of all, when you are interested in a piece of land, get a site plan. Let the person give you a plan.
Okay.
Or engage a surveyor to get a plan of the land, a site plan of that piece of land. Then first you come to the Lands Commission to conduct a search. Previously, or now, you have to go to 3 divisions to make that search. From tomorrow, you only submit it once.
Okay.
And you'll be given the information on that piece of land.
Okay.
Based on that information, it will then inform you whether the person who is attempting to sell land to you is the rightful owner or not.
Right.
Beyond that, you need to also go to the ground, ask questions. Who owns this piece of land? Who sells lands around that area? So other information, you go to the planning authorities, you go and check the zoning status, and a whole lot of information. And based on that holistic information, you can take a decision and know whether that person is the rightful person to deal with. When that is done, then the next step is now to get the proper plan that will be used to do the documentation.
Okay.
Then a licensed land surveyor has to go to the ground, survey the piece of land, prepare that plan, bring it to the surveyor mapping division of the Lands Commission for approval, that the Lands Commission agrees that this land is actually being surveyed properly.
Okay.
Then based on that, you go and see your lawyers and prepare the necessary documentation, whether it's a lease, a conveyance, or whatever. It is prepared. You bring it back to the Lands Commission for stamping.
Okay.
You need to pay tax to the state, the Ghana Revenue Authority. So the Land Valuation Division will assess the stamp duty for you to pay. After payment of that stamp duty, then you now, depending on the type of transaction, but let's say it is a family land. So you then move then to title registration. You make the appropriate lodgement at the CSAU for title registration. During the process, they will check the records in our information in our records. They would also do publication of the site in the newspapers. Usually it comes in the Spectators on Saturdays that the Lands Commission intends to register the land for
so if
you have any, it's for you, come and make your claim or whatever. Then based on that, then what that decision is taken, it's approved, and then the certificate is then, the process of security is prepared and is issued to the applicant. So this, in a brief, is the process that we go through.
But you talk about a certain card system, yellow card, red card.
Oh yes, what was happening is that when you do a lodgement, you are given an acknowledgement form. That the Lands Commission has acknowledged that you have received your application, and this is your job number. Previously, until about 2015, you were given what you call a yellow card, which is a form of acknowledgement. And if people get it, they say that's our card. So from 2015, we changed it to just a normal sheet of paper by indicating all the necessary information that we have received the application.
Right. I see. Doc, I thank you very much. This is detailed information there. So tomorrow we are starting the digitization process and we're going full haul.
Yes, tomorrow what we are starting is consolidated search. We are providing consolidated search. So from tomorrow, those who apply online, if you go to the online portal.
What's the website, by the way?
It's onlineservices.lc.gov.gh.
onlineservices.lc.gov.gh.
Yes. When you go there, right now, if you go there now, you see under the search service, you see a number of searches. But from tomorrow morning, you are going to see only 2 searches. Certificate search and consolidated search. When you choose the consolidated search, you get the full information on that parcel in all the records of the Lands Commission. When you choose on the certificate search and your land is registered, you are given details of the certificate on the register. So this is what is happening tomorrow.
I hear you.
And we are ready for the public.
I hear you, Dr. Quay. Thank you very much indeed. That's Dr. Benjamin Quay. He's the head of special projects at the Lands Commission here. They're bringing innovation and make your lives easier. That's what. So, well, tomorrow, if you have some search to conduct, try it and let's know what you find so that we can congratulate them or maybe ask further questions.